Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 5 of Mission Conservation. My name is Mary Clark. I am with Agents of Discovery. I am speaking to you live from the beautiful Okanagan Valley in British Columbia, Canada. And we are so pleased to be bringing you another week of Mission Conservation. And our theme this week is animal adaptations. Now, this platform is all about helping turn education into something that is really fun and engaging. I think everybody is familiar with Pokemon Go, and this is Pokemon Go for education. And we're concerned about all of you at home trying to figure out how you're going to make learning fun for your kids, how you're going to, really convert education into something that is really, really great for young learners who are at home in these really unprecedented times. And so this is a platform for any of you who have ever watched kids playing video games and you've wondered, wow, I wonder if these games could be about education. Wouldn't that be great if all the passion that youth seem to have for video gaming could really teach them important educational things. This is really what this is about. The other key thing that this is about is helping you incorporate physical activity into the lessons that you're providing for your students or your own kids. Education at home is online, and this means there's a lot of sitting time. And Agents of Discovery and what we're doing with Mission Conservation is all about young learners getting more active and getting off the screens and out into their backyards, whatever is in place in your community, whatever they're allowed to do, but getting off the screen and moving around and moving to learn. Movement is so important. There's so many studies that show that when young people are moving, they learn better. So that's in essence, that's what this is all about. And Agents of Discovery is just so thrilled to be partnering with the Johnny Morris Foundation. They are taking the lead in this, and really they are concerned about young learners at home. They offer some of the best conservation education in the country, and they have partnered with us to help bring that into your home. And I would like to introduce Misty Mitchell. Misty is the Director of Education with the Johnny Morris Foundation in Springfield, Missouri. Welcome, Misty. And we are so excited to be partnering with you to bring conservation education to parents and teachers to help accomplish those things that I've been describing. So thank you, Misty.
Mary, thank you very much for having us today. We're super excited to be partnering with Agents of Discovery. That's been a great partnership, and Mission Conservation has been a great program that we're doing to really help families have education right there in their homes, and I think that's what's important. So Wonders of Wildlife is in Springfield, Missouri. We are a 350,000 square feet aquarium and museum. Pretty amazing location. If you're ever in this area, please come and see us. Right now we are closed, but hope to be open soon, and we can't wait to get to that point. We also have another location, which is Dogwood Canyon Nature Park. Dogwood Canyon Nature Park is down in Lampe, Missouri, which is down south of Branson. So Dogwood Canyon is a 10,000 acre paradise, amazing location. You can go horseback riding, segways, you can go see the bison, lots of wildlife. So if you ever get a chance, come see us down there, and we are open down at Dogwood Canyon. So make a trip down there. So today, all about Mission Conservation. So let's tell you about Mission Conservation. Mission Conservation is an augmented reality platform that allows you to have gaming at home wherever you are. So you would go to our website at wondersofwildlife.org/missions. And right now we've got our website pulled up right there. And what you're going to do is you're going to need a cell phone device. And from that cell phone, you're going to download the app. You can find the app in the iPlay Store or in the Apple Store, and you're going to download that app. From there, you're going to pull up the missions, and you're going to be able to pick the different missions. And as Mary said, this week's mission is animal adaptations. So it's all about learning about animals and how they've adapted to their environment. And that's super important, that adaptation to help them survive. Find that app or that mission, then you're going to be able to scan the triggers, and the triggers are located on our website, but I highly recommend that you print those triggers. Mary talked about getting up and getting active, and that's so important right now, is to get those kids moving. You can hide the triggers in the backyard. You can hide them around the house. You can have a lot of fun with this. So the triggers are found on our website. So you'll be able to download those, print them out, and then you'll be able to play these missions every single week. We launch a new mission every week, and that makes it really cool to be able to launch these missions and be able to play those. One of the things that we're going to be able to do today is we show you the mission right here, which is animal adaptations. So we've got the triggers you can print. We also have an activity guide you can print off. And so not only can you participate in the missions, then you can print the activity guide and play even more. And when you get done, there are rewards. Who doesn't like rewards? So you can have a reward, which is a badge. And then you can also get an AR filter, so a Snapchat filter that you can actually pull down and then share that with your friends. And so here is our alligator Snapchat. So you get to have some scales like an alligator, because alligator have cool adaptations that allow them to swim and actually be able to live in the swamp environment they live in. So that's pretty cool. So love to get everybody involved in mission conservation. It's super easy. Get a cell phone, download the app, and then get on Mission Conservation website and play it. So right now, Kendra from Agents of Discovery, she's going to actually demo one of the challenges that you would get to experience if you downloaded the app.
Hey everybody, this is Kendra from Agents of Discovery, as Misty said, and today I'm going to be sharing the Emerging Learner version of the Amazing Adaptations Challenge. So I'm gonna hit play here. I've already searched it up in the Agents of Discovery app, and here we'll see our lovely loading screen. Okay, so welcome to the mission. Here's Agent Ali, the American alligator, who says, "Welcome, Agent. Your mission today is to discover new and exciting facts about plants and animals and how they adapt to their environment. Are you ready? Let's go." So I'm going to tap to continue here. And here you see all of these different markers. So this is the mission. Each one of these markers represents a challenge, and you tap on it to be able to play the challenge. I'm going to tap on this marker right here. Okay. Be on the lookout for an agent seagull. So this is my house, this is my cat. I am going to go over to the trigger document that I have downloaded on my computer and scan this seagull using my phone. Now, as Misty said, you can print these out and maybe put them around your backyard for a scavenger hunt. I'm just going to have it on my computer here. Nice work, you found Agent Seagull. So now the fun part, as soon as it loads here. So the challenge that I'm sharing today is called an AR Picker Challenge, and essentially what it's going to do is get me to answer a question by selecting the answer from the air around me, and I'll show you kind of how that works. So adaptations help animals survive in the wild. Great, I'm going to click close. And what types of adaptations do sloths have that help them survive? So once I hide this here, you'll see my at-home office. Very colorful. Sloths are not very colorful. They do not run fast. They do camouflage well. I'm going to keep turning around. They do have long arms and legs. And what else is here? They have curved claws. Okay, great. So I've completed the challenge now. So I'll get a little more information about sloths, and it'll tell me here that I've earned 3 Bs. So this is our reward system. Since I've earned 3 of them, that's the maximum amount I can earn. I'm going to hit close. And boop, there's our Bs. And you'll see that this challenge is completed. So each one of these markers, like I said, will represent a different challenge like that one. There's all kinds of different ones. And yeah, we hope that you can have fun playing through this mission and learning more about amazing adaptations. And with that, I will pass it back over to you, Misty.
All right, thank you very much, Kendra. That was awesome. So we want to make sure that you get time to play these. It's super cool. And then we're going to pass it back over to Mary.
Oh, Mary, you may be on mute there.
Well, thank you so much, Misty. And I think it's important that people understand that once they have those triggers printed, they can use them week after week, right, Misty? I mean, I think that's really important for parents just to be able to know if they print these out, they're going to be able to use them week after week.
Yeah, that is correct, Mary. We made it to where you print one set of triggers and every single week it brings up a new challenge with a new mission.
Wow. And I use the same triggers every week, but I get a completely different game?
Yeah, every week a new game.
That is super cool. Okay. Well, I would like to welcome, speaking of animal adaptations, our special guest today, Ranger Tim. And Ranger Tim with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is live in Washington, D.C. at the Patuxent Research Center. And Tim, we are so excited to learn about animal adaptations. And I know you have a special feathered friend you're going to be introducing us to.
Hey there, awesome. Well, yeah, I've got a Eastern screech owl I'm going to be bringing up here in just a minute. But, you know, an adaptation is a part of the body of an animal, or it's a behavior. And so we're going to be taking a look at this little guy right here. And I'm going to bring him up to the camera so we can get a good look at him. So this is an Eastern screech owl. And he lives on of course, the eastern side of the United States, but there's also Western screech owls. And one thing I get always asked about our Eastern screech owls is, well, what does this screech sound like? And the thing is he doesn't actually screech, but he does make some other sounds. So I'm going to teach you and Misty how to do this type of owl call. Can you do like a normal, let's see, great horned owl call? Have you ever, heard one of those? And he goes, hoo. So give it a try. Misty, oh, Mary, I think Misty, you're on mute. Go for it.
Ooh.
Okay, so you got the great horned owl. And now what we're going to do is change it just a little bit. And we're going to make it more like him. And so you take a finger like this and put it in front of your lips. And you do that same sound. And you go, woo. Pretty good.
Okay.
All right, now the last thing is, to get this Eastern screech owl sound is that you got to pretend while you're doing that you're hoarse, and it's kind of a winnowing sound. So you let's try it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So if you hear that sound in the forest, you might have an Eastern screech owl right around you. Let me see if I can turn around so he'll look at us in the camera. And it's often so hard to see them because they blend in with their environment so very much. And this little guy is pretty prevalent in our forest around here and in other places. But his coolest adaptation is, well, he's doing it right now. Do you see what he's doing? Nothing at all. He doesn't move a bit. And that keeps him camouflaged. And the reason that, well, it's just how he does life. He's an ambush predator. And so he's going to spend very little energy while he's doing life and hunting. And so how it works is, well, I kind of think of him as the laziest bird in the forest. And I'm not being mean. I'm just saying that's how he does life. And it works really well. All right, Eastern screech owl, you got to look at the camera. Yeah, not me. All right, now, how this little guy does life and doesn't waste a bit of energy works like this. He's not going to go flying around the forest looking for his food. He's going to hang out at one of the bottom branches of a tree, and he just sits there, wasting no energy. And he waits, and until maybe a mouse or a moth wanders in close to him, and we'll say it's a mouse right there on the forest floor, and he swoops down and grabs it. And if he's hungry, he eats it right away. But, well, he hadn't had to fly very far. So he hasn't wasted any energy. And it's sort of like, I don't know about you, but I love pizza delivery. I don't have to go anywhere and the food comes to me. So that's what this guy's doing. He's got the food coming to him. But what if that mouse spotted him? Mouse isn't going to stay still, is he? No. So the mouse is going to run away and hide in the grass if it hears him coming. And so our little Eastern screech owl has a pretty cool way to make sure that mouse doesn't know he's coming. Well, I've got two feathers. Here's one, and here's another one. And I bet you can figure out which one is a owl feather. So listen to this one. I hope it's going to come through on the microphone. So we're going to give a listen. All right, there's a feather, and then here's another one. All right, which one? Could you hear one of them?
Yeah, we could hear one, but couldn't hear the other at all.
Yeah, so that first one is a turkey feather, and it makes a lot of noise. And so if a mouse heard that, well, it might get away. But this is a barn owl feather, and if you can see just on the edge of it, it's not solid. It's kind of fuzzy, not very neat and clean, but it works. And it works well because it mixes up the sound waves. Every time he takes a flap of that wing, the sound coming off the wing gets mixed up. And then instead of hearing flap, 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 all we get is a tiny little bit of a rustle. So the mouse has no idea he's coming. He grabs that mouse and he brings it back up to the tree with him, and he eats on it. But you know, if he's not that hungry, he could just stash it somewhere in the tree and hide it for later. You know, I don't know about you, but I do the same thing. If you've got a pantry and a refrigerator, yeah, that saves you from having to go to the store every single time you want to get some food. And so it saves you energy. So this guy's doing the same thing. He doesn't want to waste energy. That's how he does life. So the mouse has no idea he's coming. It's sort of like pizza delivery, and he stashes his food in the tree with him so he can have it later, and that's wasting no energy. And well, he's got something else going on too. He's a smaller owl. He's not the smallest owl. I get asked that quite a bit, but he is on the smaller side, and there's bigger owls that could come after him and eat him. And in the daytime, there are hawks that will come in and try to eat him. So he's got to stay safe when he's taking his naps in the daytime. So what he does is he doesn't just sit in the tree with that great camouflage. He gets inside the tree. And that's sort of like his little castle that keeps him safe. And if a predator comes in, well, it's going to have a hard time getting at him. Well, the thing is, his home in the tree, that hole, well, he didn't make it. If we look at that beak, it's hooked. And so it's good for opening up meat, but it's not very good at drilling into trees. But there are other birds that are good at drilling into trees, woodpeckers. And so our woodpeckers make the holes in the trees, and then guess who moves in? This guy. And so he's got his pizza delivery. He's got his fridge, his pantry, and he's got the woodpeckers working for him. I mean, he's just got life figured out. He's got it really good. Well, another adaptation that he's got to not waste energy, so a behavior is the adaptation in this stance, is that, well, sometimes one of his other favorite foods is worms, but he'll make sometimes a mistake and grab a tiny snake, and it's called a blind snake. It does have eyes at work, but he brings that blind snake up into the tree with him, and it gets loose. It gets loose in his tree inside the hole in the cavity, and that snake is going to start eating up bugs. And as it does that, well, it's going to start getting rid of the bugs that could get inside of his feathers. And those bugs can give him quite a bit of a problem. But with the snake, he's healthier. Also, if he's got chicks in the tree with him that he's helping to raise, they're also going to be healthier because that snake is there eating up the bugs. So we think about it. This guy's got the pizza delivery. He's got his pantry. He's got the woodpeckers working for him. And with that little snake, he's got his own personal maid cleaning up his space. I mean, he is the laziest bird around, and it works great. Well, there's one thing that we can still do to help him out just a bit more, and he often does need this. They live close to us, often in cities and in suburban areas too, and of course in the forest, right? And the deal is that sometimes there's not many big trees with holes in them. The woodpeckers haven't had a chance to drill into those trees. Well, if he doesn't have those holes in the tree, well, he doesn't really have a safe place to live. And so, well, what we can do though is we can put up boxes for him. And here's a box. It's a little bit too small for him, but it's really simple design. And it's just to give him some shelter, some protection from other predators. And they'll move right on in and be very thankful for that box. And it could be on a pole, and you could do some reading at home, figure out what would be ideal for them. Or there's many other birds that need nest boxes, like our bluebirds. And so, yeah, nest boxes really, really help us out. So our eastern screech owl, he may be the laziest bird in the forest, but his adaptation is to not waste any energy. He's got his life figured out just right. And we had a couple of weeks ago, a American kestrel. This little guy, well, he only eats about half as much as she does because she is so active. So it's pretty cool that we've got a bird that has got such an interesting way of doing life as an ambush predator. Well, Mary, Misty, did you have any questions?
Yeah, Linda is asking if this owl is a baby, Tim.
Oh, well, baby owls are super cute, and so is this guy. But no, he's full grown, and he's actually an old man. He's 16 and a half years old. In the wild, they live to about, at most, 14, 15 years. And so this guy has done, really, really well. And I'm sorry, he keeps turning away from, oh, there we go. Now we can see him in the camera. And so, yeah, this guy's quite old.
Oh, Teresa is asking, how many species of owls are there, Tim?
Oh man, I have no idea. That's a tough one. But I can think off of hand about, and I haven't studied specifically owls, but like 5 or 6 different species just in North America. And so then we got the whole world. So the question is, well, are we talking how many species that you can see? Like here in Maryland, we have the barred owl, the great horned owl, the barn owl, and this guy. So usually I say people have a good chance of seeing 4 different owls around here in Maryland. But man, if we're talking about all the owls across the world, it's a lot of different owls.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Does this owl eat anything besides mice?
He does. He'll eat crickets. I've seen the remains of an unfortunate cricket that got too close. And he likes bigger insects and worms. He'll sometimes eat smaller birds, but usually it's mice, for him. But it's going to depend on where he lives. If there's one type of food that's plentiful there, they might they'll go after that. So it just depends on what's available.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Tim. This has been very, very interesting. It's something this little guy is not at the top of the food chain. It's not at the bottom either, but he's got such
in the middle
adaptations. Yeah, living in the middle of the food chain. It's really, yeah. Oh, and he's looking at us now. He kept watching.
Yeah, I'm going to get a close up of him.
Oh yeah, what a great, great animal to illustrate adaptations. That was really, really fascinating. Okay, well, Misty, do you want to tell us anything more about what's happening with mission conservation this week? Anything we should be aware of?
Well, we'll be launching a new mission every single week through the end of June. So make sure you come back and check it out. So that's the really cool part about it, is this is going to continue to go. And if you missed the first couple missions, you actually can go back and do those now. So right now we have 5 missions available for families to participate in. And remember, you can do this anywhere, wherever you are, whether it be in a school, a daycare, or a home. Any of those would be able to do those.
Yeah, just print out the triggers, download the app, and you can play the game. Yeah,
that's right.
And can I ask, why did you pick the alligator for the lead for adaptations? Was there something special about it that
Yeah, so American alligators have lots of different adaptations. They live in the swamp, they're aquatic. Their eyes, they actually have a membrane that goes over their eyes like goggles. We talked about the kestrel a couple of weeks ago, same thing. Their tail is designed to swim. They have webbed feet. So many different adaptations about alligators.
Great. Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you very much, Misty. Thank you very much, Tim. That was great. We learned something about animal adaptations, and hopefully everyone will play the mission this week and earn all those cool prizes and rewards you're talking about, Misty.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. Well, enjoy, everyone. You can play from your own living room, your own backyard. Just download the app, get your triggers, and you are good to go. So we will see you next week. Thank you.